Hi, hello. I'm here with a new article commentary, and this article has a title including commentary, but don't think that it's a commentary article, it's an original research article, but they discuss the role of a balance between neurotrophic and apoptotic proteins in the pathogenesis of psychosis by the BDNF pathway. And so the goal of the study seems to be basically investigating the role of balance, and I'm curious how they measure the balance between those parameters, neurotropic and apoptotic proteins. So these are the highlights. Before reading it, we can just skip that. And many hypotheses have put forward to better understand the pathogenesis of schizophrenia, such as some hypotheses like synaptic pruning, stress diathesis, neurodevelopment, neurodegeneration, and neurotransmitter hypothesis. Nonetheless, this pathogenesis still remains a mystery, and it's not more like a mystery, but it is more complex than it is. Then we see we define. The current study was designed with the hypothesis that impairment of a balance between pro-BDNF, mature BDNF, and their receptors may cause synaptic pruning in the pathogenesis of psychotic disorders. So they mentioned the balance between pro-BDNF and mature BDNF and their receptors, and then mentioned receptors may cause synaptic pruning in the pathogenesis of psychiatric disorders. And I'm curious if it's an original statement or original design. And then they have 65 drug-naive patients with first episode psychosis diagnosed according to DSM-5, and healthy controls were included, and symptoms were assessed by the popular schizophrenia related scale, and blood samples were collected, and the mentioned blood samples, and mature BDNF and those other values were significantly lower, while the levels of ACTH and cortisol were significantly higher in first episode psychosis patients compared to healthy controls. So, and no significant difference was found in pro-BDNF and P75 NTR levels between the two independent groups. And the ratio of this pro-BDNF, mature BDNF ratio, and this other ratios were significantly higher in patients compared to healthy controls. It's important to know effect size, I guess, to understand it, if it is really important. Moreover, the pro-BDNF, mature BDNF ratio and the other ratio were found to be significantly associated with pathogenesis of schizophrenia in a hierarchical regression model. Discussion: imbalance between neurotropic and apoptotic proteins such as pro-BDNF, mature BDNF, and the other P75 NTR and TRKB ratio may take part pathogenesis of synaptic pruning in psychotic disorders. So that's why I think it is important to mention the effect size, and also it's important to take into account that the sample size is quite low, and it's hard to find significant result in 65 patients, I guess. And it's important, so we have to read the full article to see if the healthy control is really healthy, and how they have examined them. And thanks for watching this video, and I wish you find this article interesting, and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.